On this channel, we provide Forex signals that you can trade when the market opens every weekends. You can call it forecasts or signals. That is what we do here. We also provide Forex training tutorials, and we have a playlist that you can find at the description of this video, Forex training for beginners. Go for that playlist. We have about 52 videos in that playlist. That is if you want to learn how to trade the Forex market step by step. But if you are here for signals, we got you covered. And that is what this video is all about. Last week, we gave a signal or a forecast, and we want to look at how it turned out and also look at what we can have in the coming week. A new opportunity that will be available for us when the market opens. So if you are here for that, let's do this. Now, let me take you quickly to the video that I shared with you last week. So if you look at it here, you will see JPY Forecast. This was the video that I gave, JPY Forecast. So that video is here, okay? If you haven't seen it, please, you can go and look at it, all right? So that was the signal, JPY Forecast. So this is the YouTube channel, Leading Forex. So if you want our playlist, like I said, we have two main playlists, which is Forex training for beginners, and then also the Forex signals. These are the two main playlists. We have a Forex tutorial here. We will be building on that soon. We also have free trading strategy. We will be building that soon or building on that soon. But our main focus now is Forex training for beginners and then Forex signals. So that is what we stand for when it comes to leading Forex. So, you know, we gave a forecast on JPY. So when you come to the channel, you see Forex live signals, JPY pairs, Forex live trading. So that was the signal there. So let's see what happened. Take your time. Don't rush to move away, because whilst we present to you signals, we also give you information that will help you strategize and become a trader. There are some tips that you will find in our forecast that I'm sure will go a long way to help you when you are developing something on your own. So don't be in haste to jump or skip this video. Take your time and watch the video to the end, and I'm sure something good will come out of it. So back to the point that I am building. I want us to take note of this. If you watch that video that I just showed you, which is the JPY forecast, at the tail end of the video or at the end of the video, getting closer to the end of the video, I gave instructions, and I said that I will be glad if at the end of the trading week, you can come back to the channel and then you write a comment for us on the video, telling us what lot size you used, the pairs that you traded, what was your take profit, what was your stop loss, and tell us whether you won or lost, whether you did this on live account or demo account. We would like to know. And I'm sure out of some of these messages, we will be able to get other ideas and be able to guide ourselves. Even if we are doing it wrongly, we'll be able to guide ourselves to be able to get a better stand. So please, in this video, whatever I'm going to share with you, make sure that at the end of the week or the trading week, you'll come back, give us a message on the video, tell us how it went, and let's share our testimonies, whether losses or wins, together, so that we can see how we can correct our mistakes and build upon that to become, you understand? Great. Now, let's go for the review. I'm taking you straight to the MT4. Here we are on the MT4. So last week, we said that JPY was going to be weak. And why did we say JPY was going to be weak? We used a tool. And if you haven't seen that tool, let me share that tool with you. The tool that we used is here. Okay. I think the tool that we used is here. Yes, this is the tool that we used. Now, when you watch my part 51 video, you'll get details of this tool. I have explained this tool, and in the description of the part 51 video of the tutorial lessons, you will see the link to this tool here. So you can go and check it out for free. Okay. So if you come here, this is part 51 video here. So this is the part 51 video. So Forex training for beginners, Forex psychology, and then a new trading tool. So in this video, I introduced all of you to this tool. So I'm not going to talk about how this tool works or how to use it, because I have done that already. So it was this tool that we used, and we said that JPY was going to be weak, or going to be the weaker currency in the course of this week. So back again, if you look at it, this is daily, weekly, monthly. So we'll come back to this in short time, but let's go to the MT4 and look at whether indeed JPY was the weak currency or the weaker currency. So we said that since JPY was going to be the weaker currency, we are going to be looking at JPY pairs. And if we are looking at JPY pairs, then of course we'll be looking at pairs like EURJPY. Let me try to make this cap. EURJPY. We will also be looking at GBPJPY. Take your time and watch this video. I'm not in haste, because here we are learning. I'm not trying to just brush things off. So take your time and watch to the end. So GBPJPY, we will also have maybe AUDJPY, NZDJPY. We will also have Chef JPY, and then we will also have USDJPY. How many have we got? EURJPY, GBPJPY, AUDJPY, NZDJPY, USD. Okay, and then CAD JPY. I think this is going to be the total number, right? Good. So this are going to be the JPY pairs that we will be looking at. Okay. This was what I said. So we were going to be looking at this JPY pairs, and I selected only 2 out of this lot here. So we are going to look at how these JPY pairs turned out, because we said that JPY was going to be the weaker one here. So if JPY is going to be the weaker pair here, or the currency here, then it means, for instance, EURJPY, we are going to be looking at a buy. GBPJPY too will be looking at a buy, because JPY is weak. AUDJPY, we're going to be looking at another buy. NZDJPY, the same, buy. Chef JPY, buy. USDJPY, we're going to look at buy. And then CAD JPY to a buy. And I'm sure you already know why we are buying all these currencies and we are not selling any of them. The reason is that JPY is the quote currency here. And if the word quote currency is new to you, then I would suggest that you go to the playlist that I'm talking to you about. The playlist, you can find the playlist at the description of this video. Take your time and watch the videos one by one. And at the end of the playlist, I'm sure whatever we are doing here, you will understand us best. So JPY is the quote currency. And then all the other currencies here are base currencies. So we have base currencies and quote currencies. And the reason we are buying is because JPY is weak. So if JPY is weak, it means Euro is going to take JPY up. If JPY is weak here, it means GBP is also going to take JPY up. And the reason for the taking up is also in the tutorial. So I am not going to take my time to re-explain what I've explained already, which is on this channel. So just go to the playlist and then start your journey. Maybe you are already a Forex trader and you know a lot, but you still want information that will help you. Go to the playlist, Forex Training for Beginners. It's on this channel, but I've left the description of the whole playlist and the link to the playlist. So once you click on that link, it is taking you straight to the whole playlist, and then you start watching. So I'm not going to explain that, but all these JPY pairs, we were going to be what? Buying. And I gave you, or I selected EURJPY and then CAD JPY. These were the two I selected and said we should trade when the market opens. But of course, I also said the others were open for all of us to trade if the need be, or we have enough space to enter all of them. So let's see how it turned out. We are going to take them one by one. Like I said, I am not in haste on this channel. I'm taking my time to do things the better way so that you also understand. So let's take EURJPY. EURJPY is here. This is EURJPY. And my people, if I zoom so that we can see it well, this is for the whole week. This is weekly time frame. So EURJPY for the whole week, the week began here. Let me take where the week began. It began here. And then EURJPY went all the way up to this top here and then started retracing again. Now, I will explain that. But let's see, EURJPY, assuming you bought when the market opened. I think I made a mistake when I was mentioning the price of EURJPY. Instead of 140, I said 104. I don't know if you noticed that. Instead of 140, I said 104 or 104. But I'm sure those who were fast got that correction. So I even came to the channel to leave a comment. So that is that. So assuming you bought here, and then I asked that we set a take profit of 100 and then a stop loss of 100. So let's see from our point here, how far did this trade come against us? The trade came down only about 38, 40 pips. Let's even assume 40 pips. The trade came down against us about 40 pips and went in our favor for 407 pips. So for the whole week, EURJPY went up 407 pips. This is weekly time frame. Maybe if I put it on daily time frame, you may see it better. So on daily time frame, this is it. This is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 candles. So from here up, it went all the way up to about 407 pips. Yes, 407 pips. 407 pips. And only went against you, let's say 38 or assuming 40 pips. So this would have been a great win. We only wanted 100 pips out of it. So there was extra bonus of what? 300 pips. And then after the trade went all up about 400 pips, it started coming down again. So the last two, that's Thursday, Friday, EURJPY made a sell. And that is why if I go to the weekly time frame, you see a big retracement. Is that okay? Good. Now, EURJPY was a win. Let's go to the next JPY pair, which is GBPJPY. This is GBPJPY. What was the outcome of this two? Let's see. This is where the market opened on GBPJPY. This is the horizontal line indicating where the market opened on GBPJPY. So this is GBPJPY. Let's see. How many pips did it go against us? Assuming it went against us. If you want the tool that I am using to check, it's at the right corner here. After the arrow sign, the next one, the plus sign is the cross share sign. So if you click on it, it gives you this to check. So I'll put it here. I'll click and hold and drag down. So the pair came down against us about 53 pips. Let's even say 60 pips. Let's even say 60 pips. But this is about 55 pips against us. And then this trade went all up for how many pips? Check for yourself. Over 500 pips. All right. Over 500 pips. Over 500 pips. So see, from here all the way up here, it's about 539 pips. 539 pips. So if I go on daily time frame, you can see it for yourself. So on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days, this pair was moving all the way up. You can see about 500 plus. And then on Thursday, Friday, it retraced back down. So if you are looking for just 100 pips, this is a pair that has moved 500 pips. Now the next JPY pair is USDJPY. Let's look at it. This is USDJPY. This is weekly time frame. And look at it, the whole week, USDJPY. It also went up, or let's even see how long it came against us. It came against us only about 54 pips. About 54 pips against us if you bought. And then it went all the way up about 368 pips. 368 pips. USDJPY for the week. So if I come back to daily time frame, you can see it. It was all up for the 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the week began here, and it was all up for USDJPY. Which other pair? AUDJPY. This is AUDJPY. If I go to weekly time frame, you can see it. It was also a win because the market began here, went all the way up 256 pips, 256 pips, and came against us about, let's even say 56 pips, let's even say 60. So if your stop loss was 100 pips, you would have never been hit. You would have made your profits because 256 pips profit is enough. So if I come to daily time frame, you can see it over here. So for 5 days, if I was come here, this is where the market began on Monday. So 1, 2, 3. In 3 days, this trade was all up. All up. And then the next day, which is Thursday, Friday, it came back down. So it was also a win there for us. If I take the next pair, which is JPY pair, it's going to be CAD JPY. And this is CAD JPY. CAD JPY. Look at it. It went all the way up. Let's see. It first came against us how many pips? That is about 30 pips or 27 pips. And then it went all the way up for 332 pips. CAD JPY, 332 pips all the way up. So that was also a win because I asked that we look for just 100 pips stop loss and 100 pips take profit. And we got it. All right. Let's see which other pair is JPY. Chef JPY. Here is Chef JPY. Chef JPY is also here. The market opened here. A trade came against us 36 or 35 pips. Let's even say 40 pips. And then it went in our favor into profit. 202 pips. 202 pips for the whole week. So if I come to daily, you can see this is daily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the market began here. For 3 days, it went up, and then 2 days, it came back down. So it's also a win. And then NZDJPY, which is, I think, the last one. If I come to weekly, you can see it here. For the weekly time frame, it began here, came against us only 24 pips or 20, let's even say 30. And then it came in our favor for 180 pips. 180 pips. So if you were looking for 100 pips for the week, you would have gotten it. So that is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the market began here, made its way up, and then started reversing back. Now, it means all the JPY pairs that I forecasted gave us exactly what I said. They all went into profit. Are we good? Now, let me go back to the 2 that we used in giving this forecast. I'm doing this so that you can learn along It is my hope that in few years to come, you wouldn't need me to analyze the market. You can do it on your own. That is why I'm taking my time to do this. Although you are here for signals, but you should be able to do this on your own in few years to come. So take your time and watch this video to the end. Don't be in haste to skip the video or try to move forward. You might be losing a lot. So that is what I have for you. So now, going back to the tool, this was the tool that we used in giving our forecast. This was the tool. Now, what did we notice for last week? Last week, we noticed that JPY was the weakest on the monthly time frame. So here we are on the monthly time frame, and still JPY is the weakest on the monthly time frame. If you look at it here, JPY is still the weakest, followed by GBP, and then followed by NZD, and then CHF, in that order. The bars up are the stronger pairs. So USD is the strongest, followed by AUD, and then followed by CAD, in that order. And then Euro is also, okay, Euro is on the weaker side, negative 5.3. So it means it's on the weaker side. Once it is positive, it means it is strong. So JPY is around negative 395. So it is the weakest. When you come to the weekly time frame, the same thing, JPY is the weakest. And then last week, if you go back to watch that JPY forecast, you realize that on daily time frame too, JPY was the weakest. But as we speak right now, JPY is no more the weaker currency on the daily time frame. Although it is still the weakest on the weekly and then on the monthly. But on the daily, it is no more the weakest. That should tell you that things are beginning to flip to the what? Opposite side. Because if JPY will begin to gain strength, it will begin from the smaller time frame, which is the 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour daily. So if I even go to 4 hour, you realize that look at JPY, it is strong now. It around 2.8, which means it's gaining strength. And on the 4 hour, GBP is the weakest. But on daily, I told you in the part 51 video that I don't look at 4 hour downwards. I look at daily upwards. So at daily time frame, on Thursday, that is why if you go back to the MT4, you realize that since Thursday, JPY, for instance, this is NZDJPY, this is Thursday, and this is Friday. So you notice that on Thursday and Friday, JPY started gaining strength and started taking the pairs down. Because on Thursday, JPY wasn't the weakest on daily. Okay? JPY wasn't the weakest from Thursday. If you come to GBPJPY, you see that Thursday, Friday. You can see it. So JPY flipped from being the weakest on Thursday. So that is why we are seeing this reversal over here. So that is why I always take note of the daily time frame over here on this tool. So since Thursday, JPY wasn't the weaker currency anymore. So if you were still in a buy, it means that you should be getting out because JPY is no more the weakest. Because once it is no more the weakest on daily, the next time frame you will see this is going to be on weekly. And then you will see that on monthly too. So once it flips on daily, you should get out when you are still in that trade. So as it stands now, on daily, JPY is no more the weakest. This is JPY over here. And it is no more the weaker currency. Now, the weaker currency now, as we speak, is CAD on the daily. Followed by, I think, AUD and then Euro and then GBP. Now, so one will say that, so since CAD is the weakest now on daily, what do? We need to go on weekly and check. On weekly, this is CAD. CAD is still very strong on the weekly time frame, just that it is weak on the daily. If you go to the 4 hour, CAD is not the weakest. GBP is the weakest. So CAD being the weaker one here is not so convincing. It is not convincing that we should start looking at CAD. No. Because CAD's daily weakness here is not so valid. We need to wait. For me, if I come on weekly and I check, I don't see CAD being the weakest here. CAD is on the weekly about 7.9. That's the strength now on weekly. And if we go to monthly, this is CAD. CAD is very strong with 49.1% on the up move. So CAD is not that weak. So once I see it weak on daily, I will not consider it that much. I'll be looking for other weaker pairs other weaker currencies that are equally weak on maybe weekly and monthly. And what pair is that, or what currency is that? If I come on monthly, I'm looking at GBP and then NZD. GBP and then NZD on the monthly. On the weekly, we have chef. But still, GBP is also weak. It's around negative 9.1. So GBP on weekly is also weak, but not too weak. But it is weak, negative 9.1. And on the monthly too, it is weak, negative 6.3. But just that on daily, it is weak, but it is not the weakest. It is weak, but not the weakest. CAD is rather weakest on, on daily, but very strong on weekly and monthly. So at the moment, this two is telling us that there is no clear opportunity. We will have to wait. Possibly, I am looking at GBP here because I am tipping GBP because either GBP or NZD, these two, GBP is around negative 63, and then NZD is around negative 34, followed by chef, negative 18, and then Euro, which is around negative 5 on the monthly. On the weekly, NZD is negative 3. Euro is already positive here. And then chef is negative 17, GBP is negative 9.1. So on daily, I'm expecting either NZD is negative 6.2 here, but GBP is negative 24 here. So it means GBP is weaker than NZD. Followed by AUD is also very weak, negative 33. So I am not even looking at AUD at all because AUD on the weekly is very strong. Also on monthly, very strong. So what should we look out for? All I will want to suggest and to say is that at the moment, if we will be frank with ourselves and look at this forecast very, very critical, or look at it critically, we will notice that there is no a clear direction for us to take now. I am looking at GBP. If any other pair will become weakest on daily, because now I know GBP if for nothing at all is weak on weekly and also weak a bit on monthly. So I am only waiting patiently to see if GBP will go weakest on daily. Once I see GBP going the weakest on daily, and once that happens, we can look at GBP pairs. So all I would like to say is that I am not going to give a forecast at the moment, but hopefully when the market opens, the market will open tonight. Today is Sunday, the 12th day of the month, June 2022. So the market will open tonight here in Ghana. So once the market opens between tonight and tomorrow, Monday, expect a forecast video of what we can trade in the course of the week. So this is what I want to say. Just hold your peace and expect my video on a forecast when the market opens, because I want the market to open. And also I would like to see on the chart here with this tool, I would like to see on daily what will happen. Because as it stands now, we have almost about 4 currencies on daily that are kind of competing for the weakest position. But at the moment, it's CAD that is at the weakest position. So I'm expecting to see whether when the market opens, CAD will still remain the weakest or not. Even if it does, I'm expecting to see something on weekly and monthly. But I am looking at GBP because on daily, GBP here is also among the weakest, but not as weak as CAD. So I'm looking at GBP to take the position of CAD, or I am looking at NZD here to take the position of CAD. Then I can take a decision. So I will come your way with a forecast. Once the market opens and I see a better direction, I'll come your way with a new video, and then we can all trade whatever I'll have for you. But in the meantime, make sure you like this video. And if you like what we are doing here, please subscribe to our channel and expect nothing but more, because we have more that is coming up on this channel. So expect the forecast video of the pairs we can trade in this week. I'll see you hopefully tonight or tomorrow, Monday, with that forecast video. Until then, please, we love you and we'll continue to love you. And we pray that you stay on this channel always. And let's do this together all the time. Thank you.